A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome back to my channel, The Twin Flame Union, and also I welcome you back to the part 2 of the channeling session, which is titled as Divine Masculine. Wishes that Divine Feminine could be there with him as well, wherever he is in his life now. So let's get started. Before I go any further, I would like to tell you that narcissism is a disease that cannot be cured psychologically or medically by anyone. But Twin Flame Journey is designed in such a way that the narcissistic people also realize that they have some problem with them. Because the biggest problem of narcissistic people is why they cannot be cured, why they cannot be healed in therapies. Therapies can only work for people who are willing to work on themselves, who are willing to change, who are thinking that yes, if my life is like this, then definitely I need to change something, I need to fix something. But narcissistic people think that they're always right. No matter what they do, they will always have a reason, always have an explanation for it. And they are really good in switching from one person to another based on how they feel. So it has become the way they live their life. They have turned their lifestyle, their life into such a way that wherever they see any problem, any issue, anywhere that they have to make some effort for another person, they don't like to make any efforts for anyone. So if they make efforts for someone, like for example, when the DM met the DF, he realized that he has to make a lot of efforts for her and he cannot make that efforts. And so they were probably normal efforts. They were probably efforts that if you have a sane lover, a sane boyfriend, a sane husband, they would willingly, and not even willingly, they would do it because they'll feel it's their duty to do it. But the Divine Masculine, if they have this narcissistic personality disorder, then they will be so privileged. There are 4 types of narcissism actually, but in this kind of what is being noticed in the Twin Flame Ascension journey is that the narcissism, the type of narcissism is mostly grandiose, where the person thinks they are amazing, they are awesome, they are amazing in all possible ways. Now, there's nothing wrong in thinking like that, because in self-love also we teach people to love yourself, whatever way you are. But they are average, or they are regular people, or they are probably ordinary people. They may be average to look at, or they may be. So when obviously the masculine never thought that he is wrong about the feminine. He thought that feminine is not worth his time, not worth any efforts. She's a weirdo, she's a pretender, she's pretending this or that, she doesn't know anything. And when most of the feminines, because they meet the masculines, the twin flame, when they have done a good amount of inner work, they have seen a lot in life, they have witnessed so much in life, that they are not willing to compromise so much. But only for this twin flame, because they also have a past life or present life habit pattern where they are always trying to please people, or they keep thinking that if I don't please them, or if I don't get their validation or acknowledgement, then I'm definitely not doing the right thing. So for some time they do it, and that is the time when this runner-chaser dynamic is at its peak, at the full bloom runner-chaser dynamic. So the feminines eventually realize that they cannot live like this. They cannot keep chasing a person, like a mental patient. And by chasing that person so much, they are going to make you feel like you definitely have some issue. You really lack in something, or there is some problem with you. Are you crazy? They'll make you feel like a crazy, insane person. And that is when your soul shocks will happen, soul shocks upon soul shocks upon soul shocks. Already in life, you have got so many traumatic experience, and then this divine masculine is giving you so much trauma that you just cannot deal with it. And most of the feminines, they also try to deal with it for a number of years also. I have personally spoken to ladies, girls who have been doing this runner-chaser dynamic for 10 years, for 12 years, 14 years. So you can imagine what would it do to a person. And it is obviously, it's commendable also that for 10 years, 12 years, 14 years, 7 years, 8 years, you're actually doing it. How people even do it, it is so painful. it is happening, or it is done because the feminines are very hugely programmed and trained in this. They are trained to get controlled. That is why, if you remember the movie 50 Shades of Grey, that obviously the movie had a nice theme to it, so they made it all look very romantic and very. But if that situation happens to someone in their real life, how would they feel? They'll definitely feel something is, going on, weird things are going on with them. So even in that movie, the masculine like to dominate. So this game of domination, but the movie world, what they do is they make it so glamorous. They make it so wow. Like they want all the women to act like this. The man is beating her up in the name of sexual gratification or whatever it is. He likes to dominate. In simple words, the character of that movie is a hardcore narcissistic person. And if you bring that person in real life, they'll also be known as sociopaths or psychos. But what happens now, what is happening here is to actually become a person who doesn't care about the narcissistic person, you really need to have a lot of mental practice. You need to be into focused attention daily. God has to be your ultimate source of power, no other human being. Because it's my experience, guys. I'm speaking from my experience. This is not something I've read in the book. Because twin flame situations is not taught or written. Or many people, even those I felt this, I personally figured it out that even those who are saying that I am in a twin flame union, they are also very tired with this dynamic. They also get tired. So they then use it to become patient. I'll tell you a very interesting story today. It's a small story, but it's from the Indian subcontinent. It's a nice story because I think it will help you understand what happens, past life karma, and what is your role in a relationship like that, especially you're married. So what happens is that there is a great teacher, a great saintly teacher, a guru, who is married. He is in householder's life. He's not a monk. He's not renounced anything. There are many teachers like that who are in householder life. Like there is S.N. Goenka of Vipassana. He was married and he had 5 children. So even a householder can be a guru. So he's a guru. And he is very loved by people. Many people love him because they feel that, oh, he's such a nice human being. Like, wow. They're so inspired by him, the way he talks, the way he gives all these lectures or whatever sermons, and in those times. So it's from a little bit of olden time from India. So then this teacher or master teacher has a certain friend who meets him one day and he says, let's go to your house. Or he says, I'll come over to your house. So he says, yeah, sure, whenever you want, you can come. So after a few days or whenever time is feasible or right time is there, he goes to his house, to the guru's house. And he is assuming, he's also thinking that such a great man, I am sure he must be having a very loving wife, because there is also a saying that type of wife or type of husband you have also defines your character, your personality, something like that. So he goes to his house and he's expecting to have a very beautiful, warm welcome from him and his wife, and with all those imaginations, he has taken some gift also, like, to offer them something. But before he enters the house, he listens to a lady, going on and on and on, ranting, continuously ranting and being very angry and mad and talking very, like a negative person. At first he thinks, am I at the right house? Because such a peaceful man, such a wonderful man, how come, this can't be his house? Not possible. How come there is so much noise in his own house? So, nevertheless, he sees the same address, he goes inside, he's greeted very well by the teacher and all. And then he introduces, his wife. Okay, this is my wife. And the wife starts blabbering again. Yeah, keep inviting more friends. Who's going to feed these friends of yours? They have no work to do. You have no work to do. You're this, you're that. And my goodness, she just blasted him, on him fully in front of another person. And immediately this friend realized the situation and he went to the teacher and he was like, I really respect you. I really love you. But being treated like this by your own wife, it is making me feel very sad. Personally, I'm feeling very bad for you. But I'm not able to understand. You have done so many wonderful deeds. You've done such good deeds. You help so many people. You take care of so many people. So many frustrated people come to you and talk to you and seek your advice. But when I'm looking at your own house, your own wife is nagging you so much in front of me from the last 5-6 hours that I've been here. She has nagged you about for about 100 things. What is this? Please explain to me. I came here to, fix my life. But I see here there is more trouble. He also says, sir, please reveal the secret. Why such a good man? I know from my experience also, he says, in my experience also, I can see the energy of many people. I can see the vibrations of people. I can sense it. In my understanding also, you are a man who deserves such a better life, such a good life. Then what are you doing here? Why don't you leave her? Why don't you live happily in peace somewhere? So he says, my dear friend, let me tell you something. There is no guarantee that even if I am the greatest man on the earth, that I will find the greatest life partner. I will tell you why she is doing this. Today I will tell you another secret of this. In the past life, I was a crow and she was a buffalo in one of our past lives. And as my nature was, because every animal and every being has their own fixed nature. Ascension work also brings you to that nature. Whatever your nature is, you could be talkative, you could be silent. Somebody could be very straightforward, like very blunt on the face, just cannot hide anything. Somebody is like this, just like how we see animals and plant or, trees. Every tree has its own fixed nature. A neem tree will give you bitter fruits the bitter juice. A mango will give you sweet fruits. But both have good benefits because they are both natural. You can't do without neem also, you can't do without mango also. You need both in your life. Even the fruit of neem, despite being such a bitter, leaves and all, but the fruit of the neem is also very sweet and it is actually used in making a lot of medicines. It's very medicinal. But then neem is not trying to hide that I am bitter. My leaves are bitter. The neem tree is very natural about it, accepted it. Yeah, I am like this. My leaves are bitter. So what? I am bitter, but I will speak the truth. I am bitter, but I will give most valuable fruit to you. And when I say all these things, it's not to condescend anyone, guys and girls. It's all these things are to make you understand. It's all for your, so that the energy is very clear cut to you of this channeling or whatever I'm relaying to you. So he says, in that life, as my nature was, as a crow's nature is, my habit was to poke other people, especially if I see a wound, especially if I see something, I'll trouble that person. And being a buffalo, she was also like, how buffaloes are, sitting in one place. They want to be, don't want to be disturbed. And you've seen that crows and buffaloes sometimes hang out together. The crows will hang out on the buffalo's back and eat all the ticks and all, survive on the parasites. And of course, the buffalo is buffalo. So he's saying that one day this buffalo got very wounded. And being a crow, I kept poking the wound with my beak. It became so bad that even my beak got stuck in it. So we were both in a lot of pain, but I gave her immense pain. I poked that wound so much that I even could touch the bone. So I made a big hole over there, big wound over there. It was very painful and I kept doing it for many days. So my friend, this is my past life karma, that now she is taking revenge from me. So she keeps poking me whole day. She keeps wounding me. She keeps poking me. The story was like that both then the crow and the buffalo, they both die together because the beak gets stuck in the wound in between the bones and it becomes even more painful for the buffalo. So, my friend, this is my past karma. After doing all the ascension work and inner work, many people can see their past lives. Many people. They can see past events, they can go to childhood events, events that you may not even know due to inner work. It has happened with me also. I had totally forgotten some of the events because you don't remember everything. But when I started doing deep inner work, I actually reached those places where those wounds were there. So that's how the healing is done, because you have to locate the wounds, you have to find the wounds, and then you have to heal it right there and then. And it may need a lot of sessions. That's why we can't do everything in one therapy session or one reading session. Nevertheless, coming to this story, he said that I wounded this buffalo. In her past life, she was that buffalo and I was the crow. I created that karma for myself, and now in this life, she is doing what I was doing to her. But if I will keep cribbing, complaining, running away, that's why I should never run away from these situations, then what's going to happen? We will repeat this cycle again, So I want that she should keep speaking, or she should keep nagging me, poking me, being mean to me. No matter how mean she is, no matter how rude she is, because I have done all this inner work, I will take it patiently. I listen to her, and I also work on myself as to how much can I tolerate, and most importantly, how much of it can I ignore. So I am sharing with you, my friend, because you are my friend and you're so concerned for me. You're really upset looking at my state. You're really feeling bad that such a big teacher outside in the world, everyone is respecting the teacher, everyone is loving the teacher, everyone wants to hang out with the teacher. But in his own house, he's being disrespected on a daily basis. He's being tortured on a daily basis. But if I get tortured by her, then she will win. Or that karma will, multiply. I don't want to do that. Let her speak. Let her keep nagging me, bothering me, whatever she says, it doesn't matter to me. I have to find my own peace wherever I am, even if I am with the worst people. This is a very high level of ascension work. When you reach the final stages, the higher stages, you will find out even more difficult pain. And I'm not trying to scare you. I don't want to stop you, because you'll also find a lot of bliss. You'll see such events in your life, within your own family, within your own close friends. Sometimes you may not even believe that this can happen to you. Sometimes you may not even accept it, that it is really happening to me, because I love these people so much. They all also love me so much. Love is always there, but then why do they hurt me so much? You don't have to get hurt, that's the thing. And the narcissistic partner appears in your life. They themselves are in major trauma, or they need major healing themselves. But they don't think they need any healing. They think they are perfect. They're born perfect. And there is not even one point of scope of improvement for them. So they will trigger other people as soon as they will see a little bit of a finger pointing on their image. Even if it's a joke. Even if you jokingly say something funny to them, they will not take it in a high spirit or a good spirit or a positive note. But they can say whatever they want to you. Even if it means you will be demoralized, demotivated for months, maybe years. But they will say it. They will not control their words. So why have they come in your life? So that you understand that you need to heal childhood trauma. Childhood trauma only replicates when, in the youth. All those traumatic events, basically, they will replicate in the youth and the later on years. It's up to you how you fix it. Because you're going to live with the same people. And more you will become, developed, more you'll become better. Those people will be more curious about you, that what is this person doing? I do so much. They don't think they do anything bad, by the way. They are your well-wishers according to them. But you need to become a person who does not get affected by any of this. Now, this particular Divine Feminine whose energy I am channeling, which some of you might resonate with fully, or for some of you it will happen in the future if you continue to do your inner work. She's actually found a really balanced place in her life, lot of balance, lot of acceptance, lot of acknowledgement, and lot of being real. Real people are not like vegetables, or they're not like a stone that they're just sitting in one corner. They will do everything that is required from the worldly world, everything that is required. They will do all their duties. They'll never run away from their duties. They will do it. But they'll become more confident. They'll become more real. If they'll get angry, they will never be scared to express their anger. They won't go and kill people around. That's not anger, that is madness and rage. But if they get angry about a certain situation, they are not going to act like, oh, nothing, I don't have any feelings, I don't have any emotions. Such people can cry in 1 second, and such people can laugh in 1 second. That's how people who are on ascension are. Ascension people don't have two horns on their head or a halo around their head. They don't have both. They have maybe a halo also, and they have those devil horns also, because they can become a devil also if it's required according to the situation, who are the people, and they can become an angel with the halo also. And that's why in some situations they have to totally ignore everything. In some situations they have to take a stand. So as I have been saying, that everybody's personal journey is different. So personally, whatever you're supposed to do, that is what your job is, your duty is to do. Now this feminine has done so much inner work. She's in a very amazing place in life. Amazing does not mean the problems will not come. Problems will come, but different types of problem will come. But once you become solution oriented, then it's a very different game altogether. So she's totally forgotten him, and she's very detached from this masculine, and she's thinking that, who am I to say good or bad about anyone? That is up to God, and let God decide that. But I don't want to partake in this type of a negativity all the time. So even when he comes back, he contacts her, he messages her, she doesn't give so much importance to it. Okay, and this will come with practice, guys and girls. This will come with practice. This won't happen one day. If you want to go to them immediately, or if you think that in 2-3 months they'll be ready for you, no, that's not how it works. That's the reason why I think people like me are doing this type of a work, or the universe gave us this duty. We are not doing it directly, obviously. We are not the people who can take credit. But what has happened is that in the past few years, there's a lot of confusion about twin flame union. People have all sorts of imaginations. Even a regular boyfriend girlfriend will become twin flame for some people. So twin flame has become a label for some people, which gives another person a huge scope of being on a pedestal. Oh, you are my divine masculine, my twin flame. Or you are my divine feminine, my twin flame. You can never go wrong. But when the twin flame goes wrong, that's when the trouble starts. Because they were thinking, how can twin flame go wrong? Twin flame is my mirror. This is my last life on planet Earth, and we are supposed to find true love. What is this true love? Is this true love or a bottle of poison that I have to drink every day? So, but you have to learn, you have to find out the way. You have to find the way back to your house, your home. And your home is within you. So, what happened to this masculine? He's not able to figure out what's happening to him, first of all. He's like, oh my God. After all these years, that particular person, that girl, divine feminine, he realizes that she was absolutely right about everything. And on the other hand, even the divine feminine is not taking credit for, I was the Miss Right. She is thinking that I was right, but I was also a foolish person. I was very stupid. I did not know how to operate in the 3-dimensional world. And I have been saying this, that guys, my job here is to make you attain or get some kind of mastery over both the worlds, the spiritual as well as the materialistic world, because eventually you have to live in the materialistic world and you have to face all those people. You have to face your family, you have to face your loved ones. You can't just run away from them, go to a cave and live there forever. You still have to be there. So if you want to be there in the middle of everything but not get affected by it, become nonchalant, become totally detached, then this work is very much required. Now there are certain lines that he's saying, mumbling or saying or talking to God, because he has also now in all these years, he has also, because he had to be in the matrix reality. So from the karmic perspective, he met a lot of karmic situations, karmics where his theory of things, his logic totally failed. Failed as in completely failed. So he was like, what the hell? Oh my God, what happened to my life? What happened to me? Look at where I am. I have not done anything. I have not achieved anything. And I wish, I really want to change it. So he keeps thinking about the divine feminine, and then he finds out about her. He is doing research about her, and he finds out that she's very happy. She's living a great life, and she doesn't even need me anymore. I don't think she even remembers me. And this only happens when she actually forgets about him completely. So you can say, I am helping you do some kind of a cheating work. I'm giving you some answers or some quotes. But actually, universe is very smart. You cannot deceive the universe. When the time is right, then only you'll forget everything. Before that, maybe listening to these channelings will help you a lot, because I don't think anybody else would want to talk about all this on channelings, because then, their scope of getting students or clients will become less, because the clients or the students will get so much from the channelings or from the messages itself. Some of them are like that. I'm not saying all of them are like that. But we want you to be independent, actually. You should be independent. But if you need some kind of hand holding, you need support, you need counseling, then also that is readily available for you. And obviously, you also need to be settled financially. You have to be standing on your feet, standing on the ground. If your grounding is not there, if your root chakra is not there, then you can't even afford it. So for those who cannot afford it right now, this is the way to go, I guess. So that's why I also say that it's very, very important to become financially independent. Once you become financially independent, financially free, you'll also learn certain tricks. Because people who are on the ascension journey, they are not very attached about money. They're not very crazy about money. So when they learn about money and abundance, they're really smart with it. It's not business smart is what I mean. No. I mean to say smart in life. They will remember that all of this money, all of this wealth and opulence, I cannot take it to my grave, or I cannot take it after I'm dead. So I will enjoy it here, but I will also be detached with it, and I will try to do some great work from this resource that I'm getting. The divine masculine, poor divine masculine in this channeling, he's feeling very sad. He's very heartbroken. He kind of also has developed respect for the feminine. So he's saying that, how did you become this hero? Hero, or he's using the word rock star. She's a rock star. She's a hero in my life. How did she do this? What did she give up? She must have given up a lot. She must have sacrificed so much. Imagine she listened to me for so long. As long as we were together, she was quite patient with me also. So, what was she doing? She was definitely doing something extraordinary, something different, something what I did not do and other people around me don't do. The planet Earth, the Maya, till the time you don't understand it, it's a cage that you can't get out from. So how did she walk out from this cage? Or what type of a warrior she is, that she's in the war, but she's not picking up the sword, and yet she's fighting with everyone. What is this? How did she get so comfortable in so much discomfort? How did she do that? Now he's remembering, he's reminiscing all those times when she was patient with him, loving towards him, kind towards him, non-judgmental towards him, funny, humorous. Now he's thinking how much he hurt her, how much she must have cried because of me, how much she felt betrayed at that time. Because he goes through betrayal. He goes through all of those situations, but in his own life, in his own style. And now he's praying to God he's praying a lot. He's like, I wish you could come back to me. I wish you were here with me. I so wish, and I pray. Every year I pray this, every year. Every year I'm praying to God that this year let us unite, or let us meet somehow, do some magic, universe. So the energies are shifting in this masculine. The energies are changing. His mental disorder is getting some kind of healing. When I say mental disorder, don't take it so negatively, because literally everyone has some or the other mental disorder on the planet. Very few people are sane. But yeah, more people are sane also, more people are good also. Even good people have disorders. That's why they suffer so much. If all good people are suffering so much on planet Earth, that's because they are told by someone that you cannot be happy. If you're going to be happy, you're going to cry also. those type of things, which is somewhere it is true also. That's why we say don't cry so much, don't be so happy also. Be in the middle. So he is, he's really helpless. He's just looking for some opportunity, something. He's gathering courage. And it is not the runner-chaser dynamic, or, when he comes back after 5 years, he's so demanding. He thinks, oh, she loves me. This only happens when the feminine is totally detached from him. Detached mentally, physically, emotionally, in all ways. When he does not exist in her world anymore, that is when he gets awakened. So on that note, I'm going to end this channeling. Thank you so much for being here with me. One love and peace out.